point blank. Michelle Tyson, he's a homo, he's still homo. His wife a homo, and I'm gonna knock him out. I don't care what nobody say. If I want to threaten him, he would feel fight.
Some of the people he fought.
Look at here.
Just laughing at him.
Mike Tyson met on his way not a few tough fighters with a heavy blow, but few people know that Tyson, at the dawn of his boxing career, managed to fight twice with the Bandit, who did not put Iron Mike in anything and allowed himself very dirty statements.
He's scared of me, he ducking me, ain't no man around. I knocked him out of a 50-minute commercial deal.
Not only was he a bandit, he also knew how to brutally cut down his opponents. But Tyson was not afraid and decided to deal with such a daring fighter. And then they had a violent scuffle in the street. Before the release, be sure to put likes as well as subscribe to my channel. The fight between Mike Tyson and Mitch Green took place in 1986 and became one of the most exciting fights in the history of boxing. Mitch Green was an unrealistically huge heavyweight, plus he also had a brutal punch that could knock out anyone, which proves his record at that time, in which at that time there were 10 knockouts out of 17 victories. Mike Tyson at that time was a young 19-year-old guy who had his last fight against James Talls and won it not so convincingly.
Tightly for Tyson. But how low he gets to duck under those punch guns. The left hand.
The non-knockout victory was the reason that Mitch Green began to insult Tyson in every possible way and challenge him to a duel. In his statements, he said that he would easily deal with Tyson and cut him down, simultaneously calling him very dirty words. Mitch Green was a member of a dangerous gang and combined a professional career with his criminal life. Apparently, therefore, he did not choose expressions and allowed himself such loud statements.
He's scared of me, he ducking me, ain't no man around. I knocked him out of a 50-minute commercial deal. He still won't fight me, so how live I am.
Tyson heard this in a rage and soon they met in the ring. Mike Tyson was furious, and during the exit to the ring he felt real anger, which was evident from his facial expression.
A meaningful learning experience for Tyson, but whether it exposed a weakness, he's always going to have to fight that we showed you.
The beginning of the fight was very intense. Both boxers tried to establish a dominant position. Tyson used his characteristic aggressiveness and delivered powerful punches to keep Green at bay. But Green kept up and responded with several heavy blows.
And shots to the body. Now right there.
The fight continued in the same vein. Tyson continued to attack and try to deliver a knockout punch, while Green remained persistent and delivered accurate blows to Tyson's head. This round was pretty equal.
Watch the left hook, go quickest shot.
Did draw a warning from Luis Rivera, the referee, about
a lot of body, a lot of leverage. The body shot. The left hook. There it is again, Barry. Powerful and more.
In the third period, Tyson began to take the initiative and also surprised with incredible movements and left the offensive line. He also began to use his left hand to keep Green under control. Green continued to strike, but they became less accurate as Tyson confidently fought them off. Green was losing focus and getting heavier and heavier. Round 4 was decisive in the fight. Tyson began to act more aggressively, delivering powerful blows and forcing Green to retreat. His power was visible from afar and he made Green regret many times about what was said before the fight.
Yo! Come on, back. Come on.
In this round, Green tried to recover from the fall, but Tyson continued to dominate, delivering powerful blows.
You see him coast a little bit.
Look at the way he's doing.
Big right hand.
Big fighter up. To at least clear your head, or he
Can be learned in talking to some of the people he fought.
look at here.
Just
Very
laughing at him.
After the 6th round, Mike Tyson continued to dominate the fight. He used his aggressiveness and powerful punches to keep Mitch Green at bay. Green tried to respond with punches, but Tyson was too fast and agile.
Look at the uppercuts. And he's straight up with uppercuts. He throws his left.
The 8th round began in the same way as the 7th. Tyson continued to keep Green in check, delivering powerful punches and moving around the ring with speed and ease. Green tried to respond with punches, but Tyson deftly avoided the punches. Mike Tyson smashed his opponent without giving him a chance. Mitch Green was incredibly confident in his statements on the eve of the fight, but he did not justify his behavior before the fight itself, and by the 10th round the score in the rounds was incredibly defeated.
Get the type of money that he wants, but the fact is, he has a spoon.
Mike Tyson led the game, taking all 9 rounds.
In the classroom.
Mitch Green was remembered only for his unsuccessful attempts to hit Tyson, but even there all the attention was taken by Tyson because he allowed himself to play incredibly beautifully with his opponent. At the end of the 10th round, it was also for the great Mike Tyson, because Mitch Green could not do anything in it. He was forced to accept such a crushing defeat at the hands of a young boy who would become a future legend. The ego of a representative of a very formidable gang was simply crushed, because he could not answer for his words in front of a young 19-year-old boy who brutally beat him. Apparently Green was hungry for revenge and could not wait for another meeting in the ring, because of which he decided to catch Mike on the street, and here's what came of it. Mike Tyson continued his ascent into the world of popular boxing, and he was great when Mitch Green returned to his criminal life. This was a key factor in the further denouement. And now, 2 years later, in August, in the early morning, Tyson decides to go to a clothing store with friends. Somehow Mitch Green's acquaintances were also there and of course informed Green about it. Mitch, leaving all his business, immediately rushed to that store for revenge. Arriving at the place, Green, noticing Mike, immediately began a verbal altercation. After a while, Green decided to start a fight and Tyson immediately picked up the initiative and with a powerful right cross dropped the Bandit. The consequences of this fight were brutal. Tyson's blow was so hard that Green's eye immediately swam. The bridge of the nose was broken and the doctors had to apply as many as 5 stitches. Tyson's hand was injured. Next, the disassembly only gained momentum. Tyson began to leave the scene. Green began to pursue Mike, and Iron Mike's friend shot back with a gun, because of which the chase and pursuit ended.
You guys threw down in the street?
Yeah.
Or in Dappers?
In the street.
Jesus.
And it was quick.
Real quick.
Blah, blah.
Well, he was talking a lot. He was just talking a lot, and I really thought he was grabbing from my pockets, trying to pull my pockets out, because if he ripped my packet, all the money will fall. But I won't have a chance to get my money. I have to fight this cat, right? And then my money's... That's when I just started punching him.
And it was over quick.
Yeah, I dropped him a couple of times, but he was high on angel dust, so he kept getting up.
Many years later, Green will sue Tyson, but nothing will come of it because Mitch himself liked to disregard the law. That's the story, friends. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel.